Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode. My name is Eric, joined by Cedric. We are in the tent here at Djuma. This is On Safari. Ladies and gentlemen, this week on Safari, it has been an absolutely stunning week. We've had Tshipondo and Tlalamba, we've had Tortoise Pan walking with Cedric, we've had the first rains of the season, which is very big, everything's starting to green up, and we've had lots of lion dynamic updates, lots and lots of lions on Djuma at the moment. Very excited to get stuck into this chat.
Oh yes, definitely. I think the first thing is that the rain's coming through and all that, everything greening up and all that. Some nice lion dynamics and nice leopard as well. So it's been a fantastic week.
Absolutely. So the first little highlight that we're going to get started with is Ridge Nose's daughter, so one of the female lions.
Ooh. Oh, the top right canine is missing there, eh? Did you see that? Did I see wrong there, or did I see right there? The top right canine is missing. I need to watch that again. What? He's going to feed. Yay! We might have to reposition here. I'm just going to first see what she's going to do. She just pulled out the intestines there. She doesn't really want to feed on any stomach content. She rather just want to. Sometimes they shake it. They just want the intestines itself. Maybe she just took the opportunity with this impala during the night. But as I said, I'm not too sure what happened there on Chitwa at the elephant carcass. Why is she by herself here? Why is she separated from the rest of her pride? Yeah, I'll have to try and investigate that. I will go and chat to the other guides that's been around there at the elephant carcass this morning, just to see exactly who's around there and what's been happening that side, and then I can give you an update on that.
What a cool little scene. How do you identify which lionesses are which?
It's very difficult. Sometimes with lion identification, especially with females, it becomes quite tough. Luckily, each one's got a little bit of a characteristic about them, a little notches out of the ear, different spot patterns on their whisker lines and all that. But with the Ridge Nose's daughter, she's just got a very long muzzle, and she's like very bubbled out at the end, just like, as I said, like with Rottweilers.
Okay.
But that's one way to identify her.
Now, did you see her at the elephant carcass, or was she not there?
Yeah, no, she was there. I think the entire pride was there. So all 8 individuals, the 7 females and the young male, all of them were at the elephant carcass. I think it really kind of changed up especially when the 4 male lions came in, the Kambula males came in, and I think that's when she decided to move away from that area. Very interesting why, I'm not too sure, but then she came by herself up north.
And obviously she went from the elephant carcass to the impala. Where do you think she went from there?
After the feeding on the impala, no idea. She might have gone straight through Djuma, gone to the western area to Simambili, to Safari. That's just to the west of Djuma itself. And because she ended up there with the rest of the pride yesterday afternoon or yesterday morning.
Okay.
And so I think that's what's happened to her.
Now, when she was feeding on this impala, she left a lot of the meat and only ate the intestines.
I think going for the intestines, the outer lining of it and all that, the membrane and all that, the intestines itself, same as the stomach.
Yes.
Sometimes they'll shake out all the stomach contents, and then they'll feed on the intestines itself.
I've seen this quite often with lions. This is quite disgusting. The next highlight we're going to take a look at is the Kambula males and Nkuhuma females mating.
Well, what a way to start. Oh, here comes. Oh, this could be some action, yeah. Ooh, early morning Friday action. Oh, he's gonna. Let's see. There we go. Just like that. She's happy. He's happy. What a way to start a Friday morning for this honeymoon couple. Hey? Of course, the female ridge-nose's daughter from the Nkuma pride. And looks like the K6 male from the Kambula coalition. 4 brothers. Oh, nice little yawn there. There we go. And after a little bit of a loving, she wants to nibble on a stick now. Very interesting.
Now, this is very exciting. Obviously, the territorial Nkuhuma female lionesses are mating with the Kambula boys. Are we going to see a bigger pride of lions in the future?
I think we are hoping for that to happen. I mean, the Kambula males coming into the northern sands already just over a year ago, and we were hoping that they were going to set up shop this side, really make this as a territory for themselves, have the Nkuhumas this side, start mating with the Nkuhumas, get cubs going and all that. But it's just been kind of prolonged at the moment, and I think now all of a sudden they've been mating with 2, 3, 4 of the Nkuhuma females, which is always a good thing, because as soon as that happens, these 4 male lions will have to know that they have to keep this territory, because they mated with the females, they're going to have the cubs, now they have to protect their offspring and protect this territory and protect the pride. And I think this is what we are looking forward to, and I'm hoping that they make sure that they do that for all of us, for the pride and for great sightings to come.
Absolutely. If you've got offspring, it's your duty to protect it. Now, the Mahle boys, I'm sure everybody's going to want to know more about them. Where do they come from, and are they going to be a problem for these Kambulas?
Well, the thing is, the Mahle male's 8 years old. Males that's really known to be fighting a lot of other lions. You can just see the war scars on their faces.
Scary.
Very scary. Crazy eyes. I mean, those 2 male lions that we saw last night, the Mahle boys, I really kind of felt a little bit kind of intimidated by their stare and all that. But they're coming in from the Kruger National Park, so they're coming in from the east of Djuma, further towards Torchwood, Mala into Kruger Park side and all that. They are the half brothers of the Plains Camp males that come from the western area. The Plains Camp boys, those 2 males have been in the side before. So yeah, interesting times to come.
Absolutely fascinating stuff. Fascinating. We're going to have a look at the next highlight, which is the vultures at the elephant carcass.
This is a truly special sight. Why is it a special sight, John, you might ask? Well, ladies and gents, it's because vultures are facing a huge conservation crisis at the moment. And it really, really is sad, because people look at these birds and they think how disgusting, how filthy, how scary. I mean, the sounds coming from this carcass and this scene at the moment are certainly not the bird song that one wants to necessarily wake up to whilst enjoying a cup of coffee in the morning, but this is still special, isn't it? This is a vulture kind of special, because these birds are the most magnificent. They are the best when they are entirely consumed and enveloped in this moment. Right into a dead carcass, covered in blood, bowels, squawking, fighting with one another. That's what makes these birds remarkable. And you know why? It's because they play such a role, a crucial role in our environment. This scene that is busy unfolding before us this afternoon is the very reason that disease control happens in the bush.
And there's a lot of vultures around the carcass. Where do you think the hyenas have disappeared to?
I think the hyenas have been back and forth there. And, like we only see a very short period of time when we're sitting there and all that. Just remember at night time, there's hyenas. I'm sure they're coming in there, grabbing a few pieces for themselves, dragging it away. But we were very lucky to see certain individuals that side.
I was lucky enough to see Corky there. Which species of vulture can be seen around that carcass there?
Well, I only saw really two species of vultures that side. I think those two species was the most common one, the white-backed vulture.
Yes.
White-backed, there was plenty. I think there must have been over about 100, 120 white-backed vultures at that carcass. And then they've got the smallest of the vulture species, the hooded vulture. And the hooded vulture was there, but you must remember they get dominated by the larger vulture species, the white-backed vulture. Unfortunately, no white-headed vultures, no leopard-faced vultures.
Yes.
I was really hoping for something like that too.
I was hoping for some leopard-faced vultures and white-headed. So you've obviously been in this area for the last decade. Have you seen a change in numbers of these vultures?
I have. It seemed to me at the end of the day, it seems like it has deteriorated. You know what I mean? And the numbers has declined, not deteriorated, but declined. And unfortunate for that. Yeah.
Well, we hope that these numbers do get up to where they're supposed to. In the meantime, we're going to take a break.
Unfortunately, the line dynamics have been crazy. Here she comes, little amber eyes. Yep, that's little amber. They've got that saw underneath her chin. Ooh. She's flirting with him. Ooh. Sit still, girl. Excited. Wow, everybody. That is amazing watching lions mate. A little bit of watla for a Tuesday morning. That is fantastic. And it is also quite amazing that the other two brothers did not even show any aggression to the other brother when she chose him. That is fantastic. So clearly she's in heat. Clearly she wants to mate with these boys. And it's nice to know that these males have come back this side and they're moving. They were on Chitwa for a couple of days and then they've moved north and they came all the way west onto Djuma, which is fantastic. And we need a coalition of males to really hold this area.
Hi, I'm Cedric and this is Track in Science, and we just stopped here quickly to take a look at two beautiful tracks of antelopes. So the first one we're going to take a look at is a track that we can see around here. I'm just going to circle it perfect here. So this is a Nyala, and why I say Nyala, very easy to identify Nyala. It goes very wide on the outside and it comes on the inside, exact the same there, quite large, very wide, big tummy, and comes on the inside as well. As well as one thing about a Neola, you'll find that the back hoof goes exactly where the front one sits. So you'll find that the front hoof goes first, and then the back one will come pretty much on top of it, or just behind the tip of the front hoof. And you can see this Neola is moving into this direction. And then just next to this one, we've got a smaller antelope, and this is known as an impala. And you can see the impala track is very much like an arrowhead. Very stunning, quite sharp on the tip. It hasn't got that big belly on the outskirts, and you can see it coming really like an arrowhead coming through with the center line with a little island in the middle. So this is also known as an ungulates, both of them ungulates. Ungulates means animals walking on their nails, and these two are both even-toed ungulates because they've both got one two-nail on the hoof. Absolutely stunning. I love them.
Tracking is always something that I find very, very fulfilling. How big were the size of those tracks that you saw?
Oh, it's about 10 to 15 centimeters large and all that. I think it's nice to see some Neola tracks coming across the road, and very fresh tracks that morning.
Absolutely.
And yeah, tracking is nice to do.
Now, what are the hardest parts of tracking and identifying these potential tracks?
I think the difficult part is if you got antelopes together. I think antelopes are your ungulates. You know, you got your Neola, you got your kudu, you got your bushbuck. They all walk the same way. Maybe it's just the size that's going to be different between those antelopes and all that. So that's the one thing you actually have to look at.
Now, why would these two antelope be pretty much living in the same proximity?
Well, that impala and the Neola and that. Well, the impala and Neola, they're walking pretty much coming from an open clearing.
Okay.
I think they both were coming to a drainage line and all that. And, you know, I don't think it was exactly at the same time, different timing.
Almost just using like a game trail. We're going to have a look at the next highlight, which is that big male leopard, Tortoise Pan.
TP! Yeah, what a beautiful male leopard. Yeah, it's Tortoise Pan. Oh, so good to see him. And we were just talking about him, everybody. We were just talking about him. And we haven't seen this male. I haven't seen him for like 2 stints. And here he is. What a brute of a boy. Hey. Oh, yay. We're on power lines at the moment between going straight to Vuyatila access. Clearly he's still coming up here, he's still scent marking, he's still doing what he needs to do. He's spraying, and what a busy boy he's been. Oh, and it's just a beautiful size. Eh? So good to see a good old male leopard. Once again, that's very relaxed. Yeah, but look at him, isn't he beautiful? As I said, he's got such a big territory now, Tortoise Pan. Absolutely huge territory. And so nice for him to be on Djuma once again. Oh, welcome home, my boy. Alright, oh, looks finally he's come to rest for us on top of a termite mound. Oh yay, thank you Tortoise Pan. And typical for a leopard going up on a termite mound like this, nice little vantage point for him. And he's just looking out and resting a bit.
So we're standing next to the map here, and Cedric's got some territories drawn out for us of Tortoise Pan. He's going to show us more or less where Tortoise Pan loves to operate.
All right, thanks, Eric. Tortoise Pan, a beautiful big male leopard here that roams around this side. And now with a black outing line, Tortoise Pan, that male leopard used to always go all the way into Elephant Plains, coming onto the northern areas, Simombili, towards Gowrie Gate, hugging the western areas of Djuma, coming into Hofmann's vessels, and then he used to go back and cut through towards Londolozi, and this was his old territory. Now, since in Botswana, the male leopard that Tortoise Pan had a fight with recently has disappeared. It seems like on the red area here, you can see that Tortoise Pan has started to be seen more on a net side, going into Mola Mola towards the Sand River, as well as another leopard called Kunyuma, and also known as the Senegal bush male leopard, also disappeared this side. So that's why he's been pushing so much further in that area.
Wow, absolutely fascinating. And it's a really large area that this leopard has to roam here in the Sabi Sands. We're going to send you to have a look at the next little highlight, which is the use of artificial water.
Water is vital for all life, particularly in drier regions. Conservationists and ecotourism operators have introduced artificial water holes in wildlife areas to provide reliable access to water, a strategy with benefits and drawbacks. One major advantage is that water holes vitally support wildlife during droughts, a focal point for wildlife. It enhances photographic opportunities in ecotourism, which supports local economies. Strategically placed water holes help manage animal movements, encouraging species to congregate, reducing overutilization elsewhere, and even keeping animals away from human conflict zones. However, artificial water holes can alter natural behavior and stop natural die-off. The unintended consequences include overutilization of grazing and browsing, sometimes leading to radical landscape changes. This is particularly the case with elephant, a water-dependent species which heavily impacts vegetation but must have constant access to water. Water holes also favor water-dependent sedentary species who cannot migrate to water. Species such as impala will outcompete other grazers who are less dependent on water. While artificially pumped water holes can provide support in challenging periods, they must be managed carefully. Conservationists and ecotourism operators need to balance the benefits of water access with potential ecological consequences to ensure the long-term integrity of the ecosystems that sustain them. Often this requires uncomfortable decisions.
Now, this is an interesting topic of conversation, the use of artificial water. Now, what artificial water can we find in this area that we operate in?
I think the biggest thing is that we got like dams, man-made dams, man-made pans as well. And those pans and dams are getting fed by boreholes. And those boreholes, the water in the borehole itself is being pumped out of those boreholes from underneath the ground into the pans and dams, just to feed those areas with water. So at the end of the day, winter time, you need to have water in those dams and pans.
Now, what are some of the implications with the use of artificial water?
I think the biggest implication is going to be over grazing and over browsing in the area. I know that's many cases at some areas that the water holes have been closed down due to that reason.
Yes.
So the animals will come and drink, and they'll feed, drink and feed, and eventually that area around there, the vegetation is completely depleted.
There's absolutely nothing left there. And this is something that we can see quite often in the Eastern Cape where I'm from, where there's no vegetation around the water hole for the animals. They don't want to move away because of the heat. We are going to take a little break now.
See that female, they're not really relaxed with us. So far I've got 4 females and they're chasing there, they're running. they got it. They've got it. It sounds like they've got the buffalo. 1, 2, 3, 4 females, 1 male, 5, 6 females. All right, guys, this is going to be viewer discretion. Viewer discretion. Viewer discretion. All right, this is just life, everybody. This is just life. All right, you can see the buffaloes are trying to protect her. I'm going to try and, unfortunately there's a branch, a tree that's in the way there. Oh, just trying to pull it now. That's not a good idea. I'd rather try and suffocate it. Try and go for the throat area. But no one's going that side. They're too scared. They're just too worried about the buffaloes on the other side. It looks like that buffalo's dead now, to me. Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna let go. Look, she's letting go. Yeah, so you can see she's licking now. There we go, she's let go. Oh, yeah, no. That buffalo's now dead. We've got Tlalamba and Cub. We've got Tlalamba and Tshipondo. Look at this. Tlalamba and Tshipondo. Welcome home. As I was really hoping for this morning. Good morning, girl. So Tlalamba, female leopard, and her little 6-month-old cub, Tshipondo. Yes, yes, yes. I am over the moon. It's so nice to see Tshipondo. Tshipondo means horns. Yo, and this little one is becoming way more relaxed these days. Way more relaxed. Oh, maybe gonna play around with Mom. What is she doing? She's looking up there. Maybe she wants to climb the tree. Look at the little one. Oh, there we go. We're on the move again. And daughter's doing what Mom's doing. Oh, even Sinmark. While Mom is doing it, I'm going to do it. I don't have a little scent there, but it's fine. I'm going to do what Mom does. Yo, I've been searching for this female for a week and a half. A week and a half I have put my ears, my nose, my eyeballs down on the ground to find this female and Tshipondo.
Ah, the beautiful Tshipondo and Tlalamba, her mother. How old is this little Tshipondo?
Oh, Tshipondo is now coming out, or just over 6 months old. So
yes.
20th of October was 6 months. And so, yeah, she's growing up very quickly.
Now, we obviously have been looking for Tshipondo and Tlalamba for a very long time. Where do you think that they disappeared to?
I think they went north into Buffelshoek. Or I don't think, we know that she went north with Tshipondo into Buffelshoek. I think there's a lot of pressure from other females. Shudulu coming from the west, Leluka being in the area as well. And I think that maybe she felt a little bit vulnerable, so she went to the north into Buffelshoek to take it a little bit easy that side, yeah.
I see. Now, usually, obviously, with the cubs, and they eat a lot, they tend to have a really round belly. Do you think that this is a usual size for Tshipondo, or is it just because there's lots of food in a belly?
No, it's just because there's a lot of food in that belly. I think Tshipondo is the perfect size for a little leopardess cub, like at her age and all that. So there's nothing big about her or nothing small about her. She's just at a perfect size. Yeah.
She's got quite an appetite. I do remember seeing her actually on one of the impala carcasses there in the Molwati, where she was just going at it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, that is all we have for you this week. Cedric, thank you for joining us. We hope that you will join us on the next On Safari.
utajiwa ingwe natingala